Hey, last weekend I went on a 30-mile hike around Yosemite and was reminded that there's a whole section of the JMT that most people will probably want to skip. This section runs from Little Yosemite Valley to Sunrise. About 3 miles of this section was burned to a crisp in the 2014 Meadow Fire, and now in 2020 it's still struggling to recover. Without tree cover, this section is hot and exposed with a lot of deadfall and large thickets of a nasty but native bush with 2 to 3 inch spines called the mountain whitethorn. Park Service usually does their best to clear deadfall and overgrown sections of the trail, but they don't always have the resources to keep up. This year, with COVID-19 going on, the trail is particularly bad, with large sections of the trail being completely obscured by mountain whitethorn. But honestly, it wasn't that much better when I hiked the trail in 2017. Based on the slow recovery so far, I suspect that this is going to be a problem for at least 5 years and probably 10 years. But for a little extra effort, you can avoid the burn zone entirely and add something really special to your hike. For context, the section I'm suggesting you skip is around 6.5 miles with 3 miles of burn trail. My suggested replacement is through Sunrise Lakes and over Clouds Rest. Whichever direction you're hiking, this is going to add around 1,300 feet of elevation and 3 miles. But you'll replace 2 miles of wasteland with some of the best views in the park and a pretty sweet bridge walk. While JMT hikers on their way to Mount Whitney will get a slightly less spectacular reveal of Sunrise Meadows, I honestly don't think anyone ending in Happy Isles is going to lose anything of consequence. For some people, adding the 1,300 feet of elevation and 3 miles might be daunting, especially for those who are just getting started and might not yet have the trail legs. But having hiked both ways multiple times, I'm confident that the route over Clouds Rest is worth the extra effort. This is why on my second through hike in 2018, I included a 26-mile day with 6,800 feet of elevation. The difference in my hike was worth the extra effort to me, even though it resulted in what is by most measures a pretty sucky day. But we can get more into that in the future. If you do choose to hike the traditional JMT route for this section, try to avoid camping in the burnt out section, which runs approximately from the turnout to Clouds Rest to where you start climbing Sunrise Mountain and cross Sunrise Creek. The deadfall along the trail here is a constant reminder that the crispy tree carcasses around you could fall at any moment. Since they weigh thousands of pounds, if one of them fell on you, search and rescue would have to ship you home in a box of pieces, and nobody wants that. Also, be aware that water sources in the burned out section are generally tea-colored and will therefore significantly reduce flow in Sawyer, Be-Free, and other membrane type filters. Regardless of your choice, this section is only a small part of your spectacular 200-mile hike. And as someone lucky enough to have hiked the entire trail twice and have hiked enough additional sections to equal 1 or 2 more through hikes, I can confidently say that your hike will be amazing. So, happy trails, and let me know how it goes. As always, please like and subscribe. I have a few other videos in the works, including one talking about forecasting summer snow conditions in Sierra Passes, and probably a whole series talking about what it takes to hike the JMT in 12 or fewer days, including Half Dome. So if any of that sounds interesting, hit the reminder bell, comment below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.